Hey howdy, how's it going? First things first, these are just some things I want to get out of the way. Online only is cancerous, deep silver isn't good and ruins everything it touches. The servers were dead on launch, but they're pretty much fine now. And I think that's it, so far. Oh, also, progression's stupid. Okay, got that out of the way. I talk more in depth about specific topics in this video, some more than others, but if you don't wish to hear me talk about the enemy types or something, just skip along. Like, use the chapters feature at the bottom. See? Right here. It's along the edge. I can't pull it up for you, but it's here. I would also like to say that I like Payday, and I'm not going to meat read the company or anything, so this is just my own take. You may not agree with it. That's fine. That's why it's an opinion. Music isn't bad, but it isn't great, honestly. Music can be a bit of a touchy subject because it's purely subjective, and although the music in Payday 2 is very good, there was the jukebox feature that the devs said was a quality of life feature that was added later. Makes sense because it was a quality of life feature for Payday 2. I'm so dumb for thinking that something like that isn't just in the game to start. Most of the weapons to a degree sound pretty alright. Nothing sounds meaty, nothing sounds like too small. I don't even know if that's a way to describe it, but nothing's tiny. Everything sounds pretty similar though, and nothing sticks out at all. Nothing where I go, man, that sounded really good. But if you're wondering, I'll get more into the attachments and leveling guns up in the progression/leveling system section. Right here. See? Right here. Chapters. It's here. Deployables, throwables, tools, and whatever the fuck you call the rest of this shit is terribly designed for the way that this game plays. Now, armor and stuff isn't a weapon, but it's still a part of your loadout, so I'm including it here. Sue me. I don't really have anywhere else to put this. Basically, instead of like how in Payday 2, where you probably just needed health or ammo, and your armor recovered whenever you weren't being shot at, in Payday 3, you kind of regain your armor. A tiny, tiny piece of it. Like, very, very little. You're probably going to run out of ammo, because, well, everything is a bullet sponge. And you're also going to need health. There are small med packs around the map, but without the right perks, they do nothing for you, purely because you're just going to lose that health anyways. Something that I also did not even put in my script or anything at all, but I just thought about. Fall damage in this game is insanely easy to have happen to you. You can have the slightest drop from off of a truck or something, and you will take a ton of fall damage. It's insane. You can carry armor or ammo or any sort of bag with you, but once you put it down and use it all, it's gone. Nothing refreshes, nothing comes back, and you're fucked and you need to rely on your bot teammates. Now, I have really never used it or any of these at all, besides the camera. I've used the tiny camera. But the ECM jammer, the sonic mine, or whatever the fuck the motion sensor is, basically they do next to nothing for this game. I have found the tiny cam to be helpful on overkill difficulty, just to avoid this asshole. And I've used it a handful of times, but nothing where I'm like, man, I should use this more often. I tend to just throw it down randomly when I'm just harvesting kills and overkill on the last map. I don't think I've ever thrown a sentry turret down or ever even thought of it and felt like, man, that would have been great to have a turret that won't really help me that much. I think the workaround to a lot of this is just make it so that your tools or anything can be picked up, and the bags that you put down eventually refresh or something, because it's boring to only have one bag for a mission that could take you an hour long. And obviously, they could make it a perk or something where you can carry more. That might happen with their transporter perk that they teased. The only thing that they teased for guaranteed to be in the perk is that you can carry 2 bags. 2 bags. 2 of the money bags. That's what they meant. Not 2 bags. 2 bags. And obviously, they could make a penalty where you can only have 1 down at a time. And if you put down a second one while your other one is still up, the other one is deleted or destroyed. I don't know, they could even use the same asset that the fucking cloaker comes over and burns your shit. I've never seen that actually work, but apparently he does that. But you do run through bags really quickly and, like, surprisingly fast. The fact that playing cover is almost impossible because the bots run inside of your cover makes it really hard to get past even the second map. I don't even know if you call it map, mission, heist, whatever. This big-ass truck that you need to control. You get shot at by snipers and everything. It is impossible to just walk through it and play cover while having that, because someone needs to push that fucking truck. Also, the throwing knife is amazing. It kills, like, everything. I don't know if you know that. Use it if you ever need to. It's not really hard to hit shit with it, so. It kills, like, all the basic guards and cops and stuff. And even some of the basic SWAT. I think it kills the shield guy, but, like, other than that, it doesn't really kill anything else. Unless you manage to throw it over to the sniper. I've never tried that because that's a waste. We only have 2 to start. And the second one you get after like 40 hours of gameplay. And surprisingly, I did get it after the 40 hours. I've played for like 44 hours, in my experience, at least. The grenade launcher is also going to get you downed probably because the splash damage radius for this weapon is like the mom from the Suicide Squad. But the sniper's fine. Missing a shot feels like missing a piece of your soul because you only have 15 shots, and don't worry, you can collateral enemies, but it doesn't feel like you're really doing it much. You can't one-shot dozers with it, you can two-shot them. So you're already wasting another bullet with it. And sometimes I've had this experience where I've shot a shield with my gun, and for some reason the bullet doesn't go through. So take that as you will. I also have this issue constantly of the overkill weapon spawning way too far outside of the map. It would be nice if you could just take it out of your hand or take it out of your back. Most of the enemies in the game feel fine to play against. Naders are pretty much the only guys who can take out an actual team of players. Not just bots. Probably could take out the bots because they tend to stand around. But the dozer has way too much health and shouldn't be able to survive getting shot at by 4 different people, especially when it's a flimsy piece of plastic that's protecting his good old noggin. Taser people, guys, they're obnoxious, and I feel like they should be. Obviously, when you get tased, you hear the audio and then they shoot you eventually. But for some reason, the devs thought it was a good idea to make it so that you can't do a full 360 when getting tased. So if the taser is behind you, you need to just sit there and wait, because you're probably going to get downed if your bot teammates don't come over to you. Shields are pretty fine. They do what they're supposed to, no complaints there, but they are really hard to hit, purely because you can't surf on them. I know some people did not like that you can't surf on them anymore. Snipers are really fucking hard to hit on console, and I know. They're coming out with a patch soon, but don't worry, that patch was delayed, and the patch was to fix aim assist. But oh my god, having no dead zone adjustments or anything makes it impossible to shoot these little fuckers. Also, because of the shitty armor system on overkill, it will take away most of your health in one shot, even if you have 4 plates. Other than that, they also have like no health, so once you hit them, they're pretty much dead. Cloakers. Motherfucking cloakers, why? Why did they make it so that the audio for these guys is so shit? I don't really mind them since they did get nerfed. You don't get downed anymore, you just get like subdued or whatever the fuck, and you can get right back up if someone shoots him, so he doesn't even need to be dead. But when you hear them, you're dead. That's the thing. It's basically just a warning to the player that you're gonna just sit out for a minute because you can't hear anything. When you hear him, he's on top of you. You can't get lucky sometimes and you happen to see him doing like some judo kick and shit off the wall like a 5th grader. But other than that, you're gonna randomly have him jump on you through a vent in the bathroom or something. It's just boring. There also isn't much variety in my opinion. There's the rescue cops, there's the SWAT, there's the guards, and there's the cops that come in. They're like the first responders. And they always look the same, and always sound the same, and always walk the same. A little bit of variety over time I think would fix that. More or less a nitpick. If the whole rest of the game was fine and it was just that they looked similar, I wouldn't give a shit. Stealth can be a little fun. Sometimes it feels like it's faster on certain maps in comparison to others, but that's only if you really understand the map and you've played it enough. The only negative in my opinion is going from normal to overkill. You lose how many pagers you can answer, and this is still doable, but it is very obnoxious, and on certain maps it's next to impossible by yourself. A primary example of this, on the first map in the game, is No Rest for the Wicked. This map is alright, basic, it gets the whole point across. And there's no section of me talking about maps, so don't worry, because they're all basically the same. You rob shit, you do shit, you always hear smoke or whatever the fuck her name is throughout the entire thing. If you were trying to do this by yourself, with 3 bots, so fully by yourself with no extra people, whatever, it's doable with the right perks, but you need a lot of perks to be able to do it solo. One of the things that happens is that you need to eventually carry a guy to a DNA scanner thingy, and then he scans his face. The problem with this, that's the only time that you need to put your mask on, and guess what? Based on where your getaway van ends up going, you are gonna have to get spotted. Now, you can either kill a ton of fucking people to make it so that no one knows that you're there, or zip tie them, I don't know. Or you're probably gonna have the alarm pulled on you because of how many bags that you're not gonna be able to carry out. One thing that I've also noticed, and I saw one video of it, I don't exactly remember the link, and I'll probably link it if I find it, but basically when you play solo for that map, no matter what you do, you are going to lose a guaranteed 2 bags. Two bags of money is going to go blue. Now you can take it, but basically the price of the money or whatever is like less because, There's dye packs in it. The one thing about putting that guy to the DNA scanner is that that's the only time you need to do anything like that. If you really wanted to, you never need to have a mask on the entire rest of the mission or whatever. Now that I think about it, if you really wanted to play it safe and it was the van that's in the back of the building, you can end up killing the two guards, the one that rotates back and forth in front of the camera and the one that's in the very back of the map that runs all the way around. But guess what? But you son of a bitch, random civilians walk by. So guess what? They will end up calling the cops and you're fucked. Now that we've talked about stealth, there is loud. Loud isn't hard at all. Besides playing with bots on overkill, they will fucking die because they don't understand what taking cover means. And my only actual complaint is that Loud supports most of the challenges in this game, because the challenges are mostly just about killing people. Headshots, 50-meter shots, sliding, kills, regular kills, human shield, kills. Stealth doesn't allow you to do most of the challenges, besides completing it before the assault starts. So basically, fuck your playstyle. Because we don't want you to play the way that you want to, because we fucking said so. I will make this quick. Solo play makes you feel lonely. Why? Because you have no friends to play with. Are the bots your friends? No. Why? Because they fucking suck. This also leaks into my next topic of teammates and bots, so we're just gonna merge it, and I'm not gonna do anything else about that. I don't fucking care. The bots are useless. The only time that I found them anywhat helpful is when I need ammo, because the SWAT dead bodies only have like one extra bullet to spare for some reason for my assault rifle. Something that I don't understand as well is that the bots only carry 2 uses in their bags for ammo, med supplies, or armor. It's only 2 uses, and it's a good thing that they don't fucking take it, because if they could, oh man, it would be awful. Why don't they have 4 uses? Why doesn't it have 8? I don't even know how many the max is, but why don't they have the max? I understand that they drop it a little bit frequently, but it's after every single wave. And during one wave, you could have ran through all of your ammo and be brought to 1 health basically, and you're just pretty much fucked. But guess what? They don't even drop it sometimes when you need it. They drop it when they feel like it. And if you're trying to use the comms to ask for health or ammo, which I've tried to see if it works, it doesn't, they don't care, because they know what is best for them. They feel empowered by the fact that you are the average human playing this game, and they are better than you. And also because they have an endless supply of ammo and you are already at 0. Another complaint I have for the bots is that you can't command them or tell them where to go or anything. I'm hacking these fucking shitty tablets over here for a signal for this asshole, and I can't even speed up the process because they can't move, and I'm just getting nailed in the face in the open. This is the long-awaited topic. I've seen so many comments on my videos about people saying progression playing out fucking sucks. I have responded and said, you know, I am making a video, so obviously here you go. And it's true, don't get me wrong, but let me ask you this. Who do you think wanted it that way? Was it the devs? Was it the higher-ups or suits or whatever the fuck? Or was it the community? I know damn fucking well it wasn't us, because no one likes grindy bullshit that doesn't have any ounce of fun in it. Not only have I seen it in my own comment section, but I have seen this everywhere. The complaint of just progression. Even in the dev streams, because if for some reason you aren't caught up, the devs, mostly Almir and Andreas, and also this guy, I forgot his name, they would go live for an hour for the week after the game had come out, every hour or 1 hour every day. And they basically would read out several times that progression sucks, and yeah, they would just read it out. Or anything along those lines. People would spam it, they would tweet at it, whatever, or tweet at them. Doesn't matter. They didn't ever give really a full thing on it. They never were like, okay, we're changing it. Their go-to answer to most of these things during the stream, which somewhat in a way sums up their stream, is we will look into it. It's a quality of life change that's coming later. Good idea, good thinking, nothing is confirmed, everything is on the table, and we aren't saying no, but we aren't saying yes either. So basically, if you're wanting to hate on the game, don't exactly hate the devs. You can tell that they care at least to a degree, but at the end of the day, it's a company. Most of the higher-ups and devs that work on Payday 2, or that worked on Payday 2, have moved on, and they aren't even a part of Overkill anymore. So different ideas and everything start to happen, and people just don't have the same beliefs in a way. And Overkill is also partnered with Deep Silver, which, if you know, they suck. They ruined Saints Row. Most of this blends together, which is funny because my next topic is the streams the dev did, which that doesn't really make much sense based on my writing here, but I basically already summed it up. The new way of leveling is fucking ass, and I hope the devs understand this, and they have vocalized that they do, that they're going to be reworking it, doesn't really mean anything. I hope they do change shit soon, because, you know, people like myself don't exactly have the time to just play the same mission over and over and over. And obviously, you can make the argument that for Payday 2 it did the same thing, but the thing was that you were earning XP for every single mission that you did, and you didn't need to play the same one over and over. You're just doing the same challenges over and over now to play on one map. And the worst thing is that the system isn't really that bad. Challenges as a thing isn't terrible. You could have had that, but also had earning XP as like some passive income, basically. It would probably be like Fortnite. I don't think I'd be okay with that. They would probably have daily and weekly challenges or some shit, oh my god. But if you were wondering, yes, I have done the 99 boxes glitch to max out everything. I have, because, well, earning shit in the game takes way too long. And if you're wondering how to do it, I can tell you right now. Basically, do all of 99 boxes, and then keep going in and out of this square. That's it. And then whatever you're holding will be maxed out. If you get it at the right angle and you keep going back and forth, you just need to see the timer at the top that says 3, 2, 1, 0, escape. Just keep going back and forth in that. And then you will have maxed out of whatever you have equipped. You can do this loud or in stealth. I hope that they somehow figure out a way to never patch it. They have said that they're looking into it, but man, I'm glad that no one checked for this bug on this specific map or anything, because this shit. And the thing is, if this glitch didn't exist, I wouldn't play that much. Why? Because I can't earn anything for playing the way that I want to. I pretty much summed this up. The only thing that was confirmed was no battle passes, and that was it. Everything else was a maybe, or nothing is confirmed, or we are looking into it. I can't find it, but I believe they said something when the game had come out, or was about to, that they were going to have a shop where you spent real money to earn things in the game, and they went back on it, or something. Maybe it hasn't come out yet, I don't exactly remember. But they put something like cases, I believe, in Payday 2, and people didn't really respond well, and it was removed. The player base, I believe, also dropped, and a lot of people really hated it. But I know other people have also said that the reason why it was taken out was loot boxes were a big, tough subject. And games like Rocket League had this problem where it was T for teen, and there was the problem with kids gambling, so they had to take loot boxes out because of the randomness. I'm not 100% on that, don't quote me on it. I've just tried looking around to see why those certain things happened. I never played Payday 2 when it had the boxes, I don't know. But other than the cases, I do fear microtransactions will get worse and worse. The best microtransactions that I've ever seen in a game was Rocket League. Really, really long ago though. Not the battle passes and all that shit that they have now. It all looks terrible. Basically, if you want a tiny little bundle, for example, the DeLorean from Back to the Future or all of this shit from Jurassic Park, you just had to spend like $2 for the whole pack. For Back to the Future or something. And then there's also like a $5 pack, I think, maybe, or whatever, for Batman vs. Superman at that time. You can get that cool car, and there's also some other things where other DC shit, and you would get like the Speed Force trail. I still have this, I believe, and I'm probably gonna need to check now that I said something about it. But microtransactions in today's day and age is purely just spend $20 to get the fraction of the game. And I hope that Payday 3 doesn't have this sort of philosophy or anything. Obviously, an expansion or something makes a little bit of sense to be $20, $30, but I hope that they, continue with their season pass model that they gave you for getting the gold and silver edition of the game. A prime example of the $20 get a fraction of the game sort of motto is Call of Duty. They have a battle pass. They have a premium version of the battle pass, so you can either spend 1,100 COD points or spend $30 outright. Every season, you have to spend $30. You cannot just buy it with COD points. And now, battle passes and other dumb shit like that. In modern games, it's just in every game, and it's really obnoxious because you can't just earn shit that you want to. You need to pay to earn shit. I'm not saying that the season pass or anything would be terrible. Just a lot of the stuff is not consumer friendly. Well, this is the end of the video. I wanted to make this because my friends and I haven't really been playing the game, and when I look around and saw how many other people didn't like the game, I noticed that I was having the similar problems and issues. If you enjoyed watching this video or agreed with anything I said, comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the state of the game. If you don't care what happens to the game, then just subscribe, or do both, or just comment anything like pineapples. Before I go, I hope everyone knows that a lot of these issues can be fixed, but the problem is that the new motto for gaming and for games like Payday 3 is ship now and fix later. The same thing happened for Overwatch 2. Basically, it's been a year and the game is at a state now where it would have been better if it released how it was, but they milked it, man. That game is rough. I downloaded it. Oh my god, man. I wouldn't suggest playing it. If you've played it before and you've kind of given up on it, don't go back. It's still not fun. But yeah, I know that probably in a year, Payday 3 will be really good. And if, now that I'm thinking about it, if I've ever said Payday 2 at some certain points and I did mean Payday 3, just look over it. You can comment it. You can even put a timestamp and laugh at me. I don't really care, to be fair. But yeah, I know that Payday 3 will probably be good within a year, or at least a couple months of updates and stuff. I know that the main reason why for Xbox and PlayStation getting the updates out is a little bit more difficult, because when you have an update as a company or whatever for a game, they have to like check it and make sure it's okay, and then they put the update out. I don't know what the fuck the point of that shit is, but it's gotta be good for a reason or something, I don't know. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it. I really have nothing much to say. And I'm probably gonna not play this game for a while or really upload much on it. Probably another gameplay funtage again. Obviously that didn't really do well, but I do have fun playing with my friends, and that's a little bit different than playing the game by myself. I guess that'll do it. I hope you guys have a nice day. See you later.